Happy week to everybody. I almost said happy Tuesday for some reason.
Happy Tuesday on a Sunday.
Yep. Sunday morning, week 2. Got no weather reports for you today. All the weather looks beautiful or domed, so that's fantastic.
Weather in the dome, usually nice.
Yes, usually climate controlled. If that's not working, that might be bad. But welcome to week 2, guys. Please get all your lineup questions ready. We're going to get those in just a minute here. We're going to go through some actives, inactives. We're going to talk about the whole Josh Gordon thing and just make sure that everything is kind of beaten out on that. So in case you haven't heard enough about Josh Gordon over the last 12 hours here, it looks like he's going to be cut or traded by Monday by the Browns.
Oh, right. This is where I respond. Sorry,
yes.
I was responding in the group chat. Yeah, Josh Gordon to be cut or waived by the Browns. There's all kinds of rumors as to why this happened. He apparently injured a hamstring again doing a non-team affiliated shoot. Was late to the facility, wasn't acting like himself. There's another report that it wasn't substance related, which is what everybody wants to jump to because of his history. I get it, but it's kind of judgy, guys. So they're going to try to trade him. We'll see where he lands. Keep in mind with wide receivers, we saw this with Sammy Watkins and Kelvin Benjamin both last year. They land in a new system. They don't normally take off immediately. It takes a couple weeks to get it integrated. Takes a couple weeks to get him going. So you were welcome, Raymond. He said we helped him win last week. So awesome. We love hearing that. Hogan or Davis PPR from Colton. That's Corey Davis from me.
Yeah, same here.
We'll just keep those flying around. Hogan wasn't the leading target getter. Jacksonville's weakness is out of the slot, which is where Dorsett's going to be running. So Davis for sure. TJ Yeldon there, Quincy Enunwa in the flex.
The standard or PPR?
Yeah, standard or PPR.
Probably going to be Enunwa either way. If Fournette doesn't go, you can see why you lean Yeldon, but I think it's different games too you're playing.
The other thing with that too is that Enunwa's got the early game. Yeldon's got the late game. So something to standard scoring. Ooh, that's tough. I'm still going to say Enunwa.
Same here.
The craft beer boards go Packers. Not here, buddy.
No.
So the thing with TJ Yeldon to keep in mind, though, as I was saying, he does have the late game. So if you're debating putting Yeldon in your slot, you won't know until 4:15-ish, 4 o'clock-ish, whether Fournette's going to go. So if you're thinking about putting Yeldon in your slot, or you have Yeldon in your slot or in your flex, sorry, I've been saying slot all morning.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're trying to do.
I don't know either. Make sure that you have other options. So your other options for the late games, both Denver running backs, both Oakland running backs, and Yeldon if he's available, I guess. But that's for Fournette owners also. But just keep in mind, if you're going to put Yeldon there, maybe make sure you have another option just in case Fournette does go, or if you're using a tiebreaker, lean away from him.
Yeah, the other one I would look is if you had Cohen, that might be an option.
Oh, yeah, Tariq Cohen's the other option.
Because he's Monday night.
Parker is inactive today.
Okay, Parker's inactive. That bump stills up for me.
Yep, thank you for the sub. Hey, guys, I'm kind of on the fence with flex start this week. Half PPR, Jared Cook or Deshaun Jackson.
Jared Cook.
I'm going Cook on that.
Jackson's beat up in a really tough matchup.
Beat up, tough matchup. Godwin is earning himself some targets, and we saw last week against the Rams with Oakland that they'll use Jared Cook, especially when the cornerback matchups are tough.
Yeah, I think I saw Jackson was only at about 50% of snaps last week too, so he boomed on a limited snap count.
Tevin Coleman with Freeman out or Jordan Howard. That's still Howard for me. He's got a much better matchup.
Yeah, KJ Wright and Wagner are both not playing this week for the Seahawks.
Yeah, and they just signed Kendricks, who they're going to try to throw out there, not really knowing this. Howard out-targeted Tariq Cohen last week, 5-4. He had 5 receptions in addition to what he did on the ground. And even though Coleman's starting over Freeman, they still have a tough draw in Carolina.
Yeah, you don't bench Howard for basically anybody this week. He's got an optimal matchup against a beat-up Seahawks defense.
Yep. Should I accept this trade, half PPR, give up Gronk and Lockett and Kupp for Antonio Brown and Josh Doctson?
Hey, hold on. I got to look at the chat.
It's Gronk, Lockett, and Kupp for AB and Doctson.
Gronk, Lockett, Kupp for AB and
I
think I want the Gronk side.
Yeah, I'd rather be on the Gronk side of that one.
Is there any can you post anything else, Dylan, about I see half point. Is there any tight end premium? How many receivers?
Most people don't do tight end.
Well, I'm just saying that this is a really close.
The thing with this
here.
for me is that Gronk produces like a wide receiver 1, and he's definitely the wide receiver 1 there right now, even though he's a tight end. So in Cup gives you a good depth piece, much better than what I think Doxson gives you. And Lockett with Baldwin out, I just like the value there more. I know Antonio Brown's a very attractive piece, but I tend to lean Gronk's side. Crowell, Yeldon, or LaShawn McCoy.
Unfortunately, you don't know early enough if Yeldon's going to get all the work. Because if we knew Fournette was out, if you get confirmation of that before the noon kickoffs, it's Yeldon. If not, I'm probably going.
I'm going Crowell.
Crow. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Crowell. I mean, he's going to split, but McCoy's got a tough matchup also against the Chargers, even with Bosa out.
Yeah. So if you get the confirmation Fournette's out, go Yeldon. If you don't before the noon kickoffs, go Crow.
Normal tight end scoring others receiver Emmanuel Sanders and Dante Pettis. I'm on the Gronk side of that trade, Dylan.
Yeah, we're still Gronk over here, Dylan. It's a close trade though.
Adrian Peterson, Keelan Cole, or Tyler Lockett.
Peterson.
AP. I like the game script for him. They absolutely fed him last week, and the Colts' defense is still meshing with a lot of young pieces, and that's a nice way of saying it isn't very good.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll ever mesh this season.
Right. Colts defense is young. They're trying to put it together, but I mean,
it's still a year or two out.
Yeah, 26 carries and another 3 targets for Peterson last week. So yeah, I like his volume. I'm starting him a couple places.
I could easily see him in the 20 to 25 range again this week. I love him and Chris Thompson this week.
I do too. I like both of them. All right. Nice flurry there to start. So what other news do obviously the Fournette thing I wanted to get to. Oh, flex Royce Freeman at home versus Oakland or Austin Eckler at Buffalo. It's Royce standard scoring. Royce Freeman for me.
In standard, it's Royce.
It's Royce.
It's Royce.
If it was full point, it might be close, but not in standard.
Any further insight for Barber in Tampa? Kind of crapped the bed last week. He's the guy. He's very clearly the guy because even though Tampa's not been a good running team for a few years now.
No.
Even though.
Yeah, outside of the weird Doug Martin year, it's been pretty awful.
So he is the guy. Just you're going to have to kind of deal with that from him, though. And plus matchups, he's a good start. In bad matchups, which this week is.
Yes, this qualifies as a very bad matchup.
You're steering away from it if you can.
Yeah, if you can find other options, do so. Just he's going to get 15 plus touches, so he does still have value. But we're
not afraid of Rojo. He was a healthy scratch last week. Jaquiz Rogers is pretty much Peyton Barber, but worse, and they have no other pass catching back there. He has to be on the field.
All right. So some other actives. Mariota looks like he's not going to get the start. He's still having grip strength issues, so it is going to be Blaine Gabbert. Start if the Texans defense is available, go start him because this is going to be an optimal matchup.
I picked him up in a few leagues.
I started him in DFS.
It looks like
They're cheap.
It looks like Rodgers is going to go.
Rodgers and Adams are both active.
I did want to talk about the Rodgers thing, though. So
for sure,
there was a note on Roto World this morning, I believe, that says it could be a couple months before he's back to 100%. So the Vikings have a very good pass rush, and even though the Bears secondary was adequate and he kind of shredded them with quick throws last week, the Vikings is much better. So I expect the coverage to be better, and if it's a knee issue, I'm interested to see and a little concerned with how well Rodgers moves around. Because that's kind of how he makes his hay, is moving the pocket, getting outside of it.
Yep.
Throwing on the run a bit. And with a good pass rush, if he can't be as mobile, that could be not really concerned for him. You're going to start him, but concerned for some of his receivers.
We got a bunch rolling in here. So we got Graham or Rudolph, asked by Crunchy Taco. Rudolph. They're both. I don't like them both.
I'm not really trusting Graham until I see him and Rodgers start to do it.
Yeah, Graham have to see it. At least we know Cousins likes his tight ends, and they'll target Rudolph in the red zone. So I mean, it's ugly, but I'm going Rudolph.
And then we got a new comment from Colton here. Does that change his question about Davis and Hogan for PPR? No. We're still Davis.
We answered that kind of knowing that Mariota may not go, and knowing that if he did, Gabbert was at least going to see time. Marcus Mariota, Josh Allen, or Sam Bradford, or Deshaun Kaiser, 6-point pass TD. Well, Mariota's not playing.
Kaiser's not playing
yet.
So it's either Allen or Bradford.
Bradford? Reluctantly. Josh Allen's getting his first NFL start against a tough secondary.
Yeah, and it's not a good matchup for Bradford, but it's really not better. It's just I trust Bradford more.
Yeah.
KFM 20. Hey, I need some advice. Standard league flex position: Peyton Barber, Marshawn Lynch, or Philip Dorsett. I like Lynch and Standard.
I don't like any in Standard. It's Lynch or Dorsett.
I almost say Barber because I trust the volume more than I do with Lynch. We saw last week Lynch got nothing.
Yeah, but
after
it's against the Eagles, man.
Yeah, I like
he's
Lynch.
playing the
Broncos.
the Broncos, which isn't any better.
I mean, Carson was fine. So
Yeah, I think it's Lynch if you're looking safe.
Yeah.
It's Dorsett if you're going for a home run.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm fine with that.
You can attack the slot position on the Jaguars.
Yeah, personally, I'd go Lynch in Standard. That's because it's Standard. If it was PPR, I'd be Dorsett.
I don't like either of them, but yeah, I can.
I've gotten a lot of Standard Dorsett questions today, and it's like, man, if there was PPR, I'd be all over that. But it's really tough in Standard
Yeah,
to endorse a slot receiver.
Right. And just because you figure that they're either going to try to pound the ball in when they get down to the goal line, or they're going to try to go to Gronk.
Yeah, you don't expect a touchdown for him.
Sleeper bot. What do we
No,
got?
I'm just looking at all the things.
Oh.
They're doing all the active sweeps here.
I get a Yeldon or a Jai.
Ronald Jones isn't active again.
Healthy scratch
Healthy scratch.
again. Yeah, that's why I'm not worried about Peyton Barber.
I got a text question of Yeldon or a Jai. By the way, our friends like to pelter us through text too, so
It's a giant.
it's a Jai.
Always a giant.
Always a Jai. Well, not always a Jai, but in that case, it's a Jai.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
Dorsett or Pettis in PPR? Dorsett for me.
Yeah, I trust Dorsett a little bit more, which is weird to say. But
Pettis is your upside play.
I like both
between these two. I think though.
I do like both. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
You just kind of gotta watch what Pettis' usage is gonna be. Kittle was used a lot last week. Garcon kind of the two. I mean, Pettis is the rookie there. I love Pettis and what he brings to the table. He very well could go off this week, but I think, and Belichick's smart enough to know this also, that you've got to attack the Jaguars through the slot. So need to start two in flex. Cooper Kupp, Jarvis Landry, Corey Davis, Austin Eckler, Quincy and Nunwa, full PPR at half point per carry.
2?
Oh, half point per carry. Okay.
Yeah.
I still doesn't change anything for Eckler. He just doesn't get enough.
No, so
He's still like a receiver at this point. In Nunwa, Landry?
well, Landry for sure.
Yeah.
Landry definitely.
How is he your flex? That's
awesome.
That is
That's
tremendous.
really
here.
good wide receiver depth.
That is tremendous.
That is great wide receiver depth. Yeah, it's Landry for sure, especially now that Gordon isn't playing and is getting traded or cut or whatever. And then, yeah, probably a Nunwa.
Yeah.
Just matchup. Good matchup.
I like Kupp, but there's always
Gets
competition
targeted.
for targets. Davis won't get the competition, but you get fucking Blaine Gabbert throwing you the football.
Well, yeah, we talked about Kupp on Friday's episode also. I do think he's the Rams receiver to start this week, but it's going to be what Cooper Kupp's floor is, 5 for 50 or so, and maybe a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So Anunwa is going to have similar volume, probably similar yardage with more upside. He's going to get targeted more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do expect significantly more targets. But
I expect a lot
Darnold was
more.
thrown at him a lot.
Yes. And
Sub 40, about like 49% target share.
right.
Which is
46-ish,
pretty
I
tremendous
think.
on only 21 targets. Or 21 attempts, excuse me.
Yep, pretty good.
Pretty good. Justin Hunter or James Hunter is inactive.
Oh, is he?
Opening up the reins for James Washington.
So James Washington will get the start as the 3.
Yeah, don't start him though.
Yeah, I wouldn't start
No.
him. But it is a
You're gonna-
pretty sexy matchup.
It's the
this
Chiefs
week.
with no Eric Berry.
Oh, wow. He's got Julio Jones and DeAndre Hopkins on that same team.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That wide receiver depth is insane, Clint.
Continuing with some of the actives, Will Fuller is going to start today, so he'll get his first action. I got a couple questions
Helps
involving him.
Hopkins there.
I got a Henry Fuller question in a standard league, and I'm like, you neither?
Yeah.
Find somebody else on waivers right now, please. Someone's got to be better.
Can I recommend you one James Washington, please?
I'm interested to see what Fuller does. Good morning, boys. How many touchdowns will Aaron Rodgers score? 3 or 4? Probably 2.
I'm going to go with -1.
I'm going to go, 1 or 2.
Ryan Miner, friend of the show,
Yes.
being a troll.
Deshaun Mack is likely to get his first start for the Colts this week as the starting running back.
He is active.
Yep. That Colts situation is not something I want to be close to right now.
Unfortunately, I don't have an option in one league, and he is starting for me.
Yeah, I got Wilkins and
Shout out Scott Fishbowl.
yeah, I've got Wilkins in a league too that I don't have an option in, but
Shit.
I flipped off of Nyheim Hines over to Corey Grant earlier this morning in a league also. No, sorry, Corey Clement. I flipped off Hines to Clement because Sproles is inactive.
I was going to say I wasn't sure I was going to agree with you until you said Clement. I definitely agree with Clement with no Sproles there.
Yeah, with no Sproles, Clement's a decent flex this week. But yeah, I flipped off of that one because of whatever you just said.
And then a very limited Deshaun Jackson is going to play.
He will be very limited. Paul Richardson is active today, so
playing through the shoulder. Okay.
Playing through the shoulder, so it shouldn't hurt Crowder because I can see Smith moving away from Richardson if he's banged up.
Jonnu Smith with Mariota out, or play ASJ if Fournette is out, and hope.
ASJ.
The Patriots do not give up a lot to tight ends.
No, I'm Johnny. I'm Team Johnny.
It's hard to trust Jonnu
Team
with
Jonnu.
His first career start.
Yeah, but
backup
it's not his
quarterback.
first game. It's a little different than running a rookie tight end out there.
And also, I mean, who the hell else is Gabbert going to throw to besides Davis?
I mean, he should be second on that team. Sony declared active this week. You like him or fade for another week? Fade him for another week. Wait and see what his role is. Wait and see what he does.
Jaguars with split carries. I don't want to start any.
Right, and it is against the Jag.
Patriots will split carries, and they are against.
Can you guys give me your opinion on Sony Michel setting into the Pats offense? Oh, cool. There's the same one right after.
Yeah.
Same one right after that. Yeah, that's my opinion on Sony Michel sitting into the Patriots offense. I do think he eventually settles into the Dion Lewis role, but with him and Burkhead both going, they're kind of the two candidates to get that. So you got to keep an eye on that. And it's probably going to be one or the other on any given week, and good luck guessing which. James White is still probably solidified as a third down back, just because looking back at Bill Belichick's offenses, there is always a solidified third down back. Then everybody else kind of gets whatever's left, but there's always a back over 70 targets. It's likely James White. So yeah, you just want to watch Sony Michel, see what his usage is, see how he looks also. He played one preseason game, gave up fumbles. So you just kind of got to wait and see with him. Dante Pettis or Mike Williams, full PPR.
Mike Williams. No Travis Benjamin this week. He's in slate for a full line of targets on a great matchup.
A great matchup, full line of targets, and he looked pretty good last week. Pettis, just again, for those that just joined, we like Pettis' upside. We like him as is kind of a long ball throw if you need it, but I'd want to see how much he's used with that good one there. He is still a rookie getting his first start. Kittle or Doyle season long. I hate that Luck has a tight end committee. Kittle. Just keep in mind.
I'm a little closer, but that's because my love of Jack Doyle is pretty strong.
I was just going to say Kittle does have a propensity to get banged up also.
Yeah. I would roster both anyway. If you can. I'd roster and keep both. I think they both have obviously starting tight end upside plus flex upside. If you have,
I think they're close to the same player.
They pretty much are the same player, except Kittle's far more athletic than Jack Doyle.
Right.
Most tight ends
far more.
And but
Kittle's extremely athletic.
On the Doyle side, there, the thing to keep in mind with Andrew Luck having two tight ends, he's always had two tight ends, and they've still managed to produce for fantasy.
Yeah. Then it is a PPR league for Colton's league, so I do. Right. There is a lean towards Jack Doyle. He's not going to give you the big upside games that maybe Kittle will, but he's going to give you a lot more.
Well, don't get me wrong, my lean's still Kittle.
I know.
Kittle even out targeted Doyle last week, though.
Yeah, my lean is still George Kittle. I'm just saying Doyle's not a terrible.
Yeah. No. And Kittle could have been your tight end one last week if Garoppolo could have hit him a couple times.
Well, he also dropped one that should have won for 6.
He did. You got any other actives?
Have not seen anything super interesting.
Aaron Rodgers or Tyrod Taylor?
Rodgers.
Yeah.
I think my rankings say Rodgers, but I like Taylor this week.
I'm not gonna get cute with this one.
No, I won't either.
It's Rodgers.
Especially with Taylor losing Gordon, that does take the shine off him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I have concerns about Rodgers' knee, especially in this matchup. Don't get me wrong, but it's Aaron Rodgers. You start him until he gives you a reason to not start him.
Titans are missing 3 offensive tackles today, so that's a good start for them.
Oh, wow.
3?
Yeah, they're missing Luan, Conklin, and one of their backups, Kelly.
Oh, fantastic.
So who they only start Dion Lewis.
And even then, that's looking ugly.
A lot of checkdowns.
Start the Texans defense.
Yes. I'm going to keep seeing. Hold on. I wonder if I have any questions.
I wonder if I have any questions. No Clowney this week.
Yep.
I saw that also, which, whatever. I mean, no Clowney just neutralizes 3 missing offensive tackles. TJ Yeldon or Royce Freeman is our running back 2 in PPR.
Since those are the afternoon games, you do get to wait to see if Fournette's active or not. I would probably go Yeldon if Fournette is inactive. I would go Freeman if Fournette.
I doubt we're
Fournette's
going to
playing.
hear anything about Fournette until.
But
Yeah,
they're both 4 o'clock games.
They're both 425 games.
Okay.
So yes, wait until you hear about Fournette. Then exactly what Nick said. Yeldon will have a ton of volume if Fournette can't go.
Yep.
But-
and in any sort of PPR format, he gets like a certain number of catches when he's starting.
Yeah, but otherwise it's Royce. I'm gonna say the only tough decisions I ran into this week was my Corey Davis, Royce Freeman, Philip Lindsay flex, TJ Yeldon flex situation.
Yeah, a lot of Yeldon questions this week. It looks like.
Well, and there's going to be, and it's tough that he's in the late game because that kind of limits what you can do with that or when you're gonna know about things. So, yes, I was hoping that was super flex and not your starter for the Sam Bradford question. Other options were Corey Clement, Philip Lindsay, Trent Taylor, D.D. Westbrook, and PPR. To that, you still got to start the quarterback.
Oh yeah, yeah. You'd have to have an absolute stud. None of those guys qualify to sit a quarterback.
Kind of nitpicking at this point, but Mahomes or Rivers? Mahomes.
I think I go Rivers.
I don't know. I like the shootout in Pittsburgh.
I say start both if you can find a way to.
Yes.
They're both.
Convince your
I'm gonna
commissioner to
lean-
switch to
Just
super
change
flex.
the Superflex right now and start them both.
I'm going to lean Rivers.
Yeah,
I
okay.
expect a cleaner game from them.
They're both
Oh,
top
God.
5 for me though. So
Yeah, they're
it's
both really good plays. Like you can go with Mahomes, I guess, maybe for upside.
flip a quarter.
Yeah, right.
Royce versus Lindsay rest of season. Shared role, or do you guys think one comes out on top?
I think
I like Royce
It's
last
still
season.
Royce season long for me.
Especially because eventually there's going to be goal line work for Royce.
Yeah, I think Royce does eventually come out on top in that. Jordan Howard, Tariq Cohen's a really good way to look at that
It's a
situation.
great way.
For Royce Freeman and Philip Lindsay. So I think Lindsay will have value, but I think it's flex upside. I don't think he gets the every down work. I think Royce Freeman
He's too
can
skinny.
spot into the passing game just like Jordan Howard does for the Bears and has it between the tackles and goal line upside.
I mean, Lindsay's what, 5'9", 167?
One-
He
Yeah.
is tiny.
He's like 185.
He's smaller than Cohen in terms of weight, though.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
The people apparently found like a mistype on Google.
Okay.
All right.
He's bigger than that.
We got more. Devontae Adams or Allen Robinson.
Adams.
PPR, that's Adams. Like Robinson, but I mean, the volume to Adams, the upside to Adams, especially with Rodgers, is going to be more until that Bears defense fully meshes or offense fully meshes.
And this week
I
I
can't talk
expect him to just ram Howard down Seattle's throat and
Right.
try to limit Trubisky throwing as much as they can.
Kenyon Drake, Lamar Miller, Tevin Coleman, full flex
Coleman.
PPR. Coleman? I'm Miller in that case.
Definitely.
I
Coleman.
like the matchup, like the script, like the volume better for Miller than I do Coleman.
I would probably go Miller, Drake, Coleman.
Yeah.
Coleman's matchup is horrible.
I like Coleman over Drake, but it's Miller for me.
Coleman always finishes as like a top 15 guy when he gets all the work.
Tough
so.
matchup. And Sarkisian.
And Sarkisian.
And
Sarkisian.
if Ito mixes in at all, I mean, they didn't necessarily have a guy of that caliber behind Coleman. So
TJ Ward.
I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I definitely lead Miller on that one. 10-team half PPR. Who do I flex? Corey Davis, Jamal Williams, Jamison Crowder, Kerryon Johnson, Trey Burton, Chris Godwin, Mike Williams. Wow.
Probably
Crowder for me?
Probably Crowder, yeah.
Yeah. Good matchup for Crowder, and Richardson, I believe, is not going today.
He's active.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Still Crowder. Great matchup for him. Kerryon Johnson schedule looking nice coming up. Yeah, schedule's looking nice, but the situation still needs some clarity.
He needs to see more than 13 fucking snaps.
Yeah, if Ben Watson can make a visit to Detroit and take out Blunt for us, then we'd like Johnson more.
Right.
I think Blunt
we
can
love
take himself
Kerryon
out.
Johnson, but that situation's got to shake out.
Yeah.
Rodgers just got upgraded to not injured. Good call. Well, he's still injured.
No,
but-
that just means he's active.
Yeah,
He's active.
He's active.
He's banged
but
up, though.
The knee. There was a note on Roto World earlier. The knee could take a couple months to heal. But it's still Rodgers for sure.
Yeah. For those of you who are familiar with may not be familiar with the way tags work, as soon as somebody's declared active, the tag drops off.
Right.
So the questionable or doubtful tag will disappear if they're active.
Yep. So just
That'll be lingering for a bit.
It will be. Watch how he performs this week because that's going to determine how you use him in matchups going forward. This is like, if there's a bad situation for Rodgers on a bum knee, this is it with a good pass rush and a good secondary. You still have to start him, but watch it.
Let's look at their schedule here for the next couple of weeks, see if there's anything that we should keep an eye out, because this might be their worst matchup.
I think it probably is.
Until they play them again.
Yeah, next 4 weeks they get Redskins, Bills, Lions, 49ers. So they got 4 decent matchups in a row, and then that gives Rodgers a month before and then they have their bye week, and then they catch the Rams on the road. So they have 6 weeks before they get a really terrible matchup.
So he should be really good going forward.
So as long as he doesn't re-aggravate it or make it worse, he should be good by the time they hit the Rams.
Yep.
You'd think they'd sit him then.
Yeah, you'd think, but
You'd think.
A divisional game, they won't sit him here.
I know. I know why.
I don't know if it was said earlier, but Meredith is sitting again this week.
Oh, Meredith is? No, you didn't say that earlier. So Ted Ginn's still the only other receiver outside of Michael Thomas that I want to start there. Austin Carr got the start last week. He didn't do anything with it. Traquan Smith, I still like eventually to emerge, but he wasn't really seen either.
No.
Oh, here's an interesting note. Titans only have 2 active quarterbacks on roster, including Mariota. So Mariota's still active. So if anything happened to Gabbert where he can't go, it's back to Mariota.
Worst case scenario for Machine Gun Jesus, who has Rodgers. Wilson. He also has Wilson.
I got him. I have Wilson ahead of Rodgers.
No, I just said worst case.
Oh.
I don't, but
I would start Wilson over Rodgers this week.
Yeah, I think Wilson should run more this week than he did last week. Which floors, yeah.
I mean, he had a bad matchup last week, and he finished as a top 3 QB. But I do like the Bears defense. It's fantastic.
I do, but they're not quite as good as the Broncos yet.
Devontae Adams or Emmanuel Sanders PPR. I have Keenum. He has Rodgers.
I mean, I'm not really taking that into account. I would probably still roll Adams.
I would too. Well, and Adams there also not for the stack, but Rodgers touchdowns to Devontae Adams. If they're both 6 point, you neutralize that. So, or if the wide receiver touchdowns are higher than the quarterback touchdowns in scoring, you come out ahead in that scenario. So that's actually kind of works out in both ways.
If you're in any sort of decently deep format right now, I forgot to shout this out earlier with the Josh Gordon news. Run out and grab Antonio Callaway.
Yeah, and Rashard Higgins.
Because
he plays out of the slot.
Would you rather take a tackle by Watt, Mac, or Jack? Which Watt? JJ or DJ?
And Miles Jack?
Miles Jack.
I'll take Miles Jack. He's the smallest of the 3, so he'll kill me the least.
Unless it's TJ Watt. Isn't he smaller? Isn't TJ Watt smaller than Miles Jack?
No.
TJ Watt looks, I don't know.
Well, it's definitely not Khalil Mack.
Yeah, we're going to just cross his name out.
The answer is not Mac.
It's not Mac.
And at what shape? If it's JJ Watts, what shape is his back?
I don't want to be tackled by JJ
Watt because I'll just probably get thrown to the ground really hard in that case. Jack's small, but I think he can get going and put a little
oomph to it.
Yeah. Not that JJ Watt can't, but
he's not fully 100%.
Right.
Which may not matter. That was a good question.
Plus, if he injures me, he'll probably pay for the medical bills because he's just a really nice guy that way.
That is true.
Kalen Ballage is inactive. I don't know if that was shouted out earlier.
Who?
So it is just going to be the Goran Drake show.
Oh, man. Alfred Morris or Tariq Cohen in PPR?
Morris.
I
like Morris's matchup.
Love his matchup.
JJ. Yeah, still JJ Watt for me.
I'll stick with Jack. Plus, at least it's somebody from one of my favorite teams tackling me. So I was like, this is awesome as I'm dying.
This is the way I'm supposed to go.
As I'm sitting here in the Blake Bortles jersey. All right. Well, anything else? We're coming up on 11 o'clock. So
no, I don't see any other breaking news. It's without the inland hurricane this week. It's a little less crazy.
Dylan's got another one. Full PPR pick 2 this week. TJ Yeldon, Corey Davis, Tyler Lockett, Dante Pettis. Davis.
Yeldon, as long as Fournette is inactive. I believe Pettis is a 3 o'clock game as well, so you could wait on him.
3:05, so you should know.
Yeah, because the inactives have to be an hour ahead of time.
Hour and a half.
Right, so definitely Davis, and then Well, and Lockett's Monday night, so
yeah, perfect.
Yeldon for now, and then if it's not,
and if Fournette goes, then I'd probably do Pettis.
So things you can wait on.
There it is.
All right. Huh?
My headphones.
Oh, they cut out?
In and out.
Oh.
It's kind of like what we're going to...
We got a spare set, too.
All right. As I said, JHI's expected a bigger workload, but we kind of already knew that. So anything else we want to shout out here before wish everyone just good luck in week 2?
Nope. Just wish everybody good luck in week 2.
All right. Drop comments on the video directly or on our Friday video, and I'll see them there, or DM the show at BeerfieldFF if you have
or
any
tweet
more
at
questions.
us.
Yep. Or tweet at us individually. We got Dan Thury.
At Thury BFF.
Christopher Hopper.
At Hot BFF with 2 P's.
I'm Nick Sparts. Go ahead and I would just tag all 3 of us if you want to increase the likelihood that you get seen, just because we're probably going to be busy running over to the bar and getting stuff ready. But good luck in week 2, everybody. Hope you guys all win your games, unless you're playing each other, in which case I hope one of you wins.
Yep.
I can't root for ties.
Good luck, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. We will see you Monday.
Yep. See you
to recap
next
all
time.
this madness.
My thing keeps fucking up.
See ya. Later.
Bye.